name is Maya. After staying away for 3 years, I finally returned home for Christmas. Broken, embarrassed, and carrying the weight of a failed relationship and a failed career. I felt ashamed, empty, and worst of all, like I had disappointed everyone who believed in me. As I walked home that evening, I sensed someone staring at me. I turned, and my eyes locked onto his. Kyle. The only man with blue eyes I've ever known. The man who treated me better than anyone. And the man I left without a single explanation. He smiled warmly and closed the distance between us. "Welcome back, Maya. Good to see you again." I smiled back and chatted with him gently, but I could tell he was careful with his words. And somehow, I knew why. Looking at him, I realized the feelings I buried weren't gone. Or maybe loneliness was confusing me. I waved goodbye and walked away, heart heavier than before. The next day around noon, I heard a loud giggle outside. Soft, sweet, like a child's laugh. I peeked through my window, and what I saw melted my heart. A little girl was playing, running around joyfully, and Kyle was right there with her. My heart dropped. Is he married now? Is that his daughter? Questions attacked my mind before I could stop them. It bothered me more than it should. Kyle and I grew up together. Our house is close, and so were our hearts, until I moved away, leaving him shattered. After a week of hiding from the world, I finally decided to face it. At my favorite spot, I found Kyle sitting on a rock. I swallowed hard and sat beside him. "I see you're married now." My voice betrayed me. I sounded jealous. He frowned slightly, confused. "I saw you playing with your daughter," I added quickly. He burst out laughing. Then he pulled out a pack of cigarettes. I frowned. "You smoke now?" Pain flashed across his face. "It's a habit I picked up after we broke up." Guilt stabbed me. "I'm sorry," I whispered, but my heart was still restless. I needed to know the truth, and he finally said it. "I'm not married. She's Karen's daughter." "Oh, your sister." That revelation lifted my mood so fast I felt almost guilty, but I couldn't hide the relief. We talked through the day, laughed, shared memories. Everything felt natural until his mood suddenly shifted. "Did I say something wrong?" I asked. "No," he said softly. "It's just, we lost Karen 2 years ago. Lily was only 3 months old. Since then, I've been taking care of her." My heart softened. "I'm so sorry. I never knew." He nodded, and we went back to talking. I told him I'd like to meet Lily someday, and he agreed. Days passed, and I grew close to Lily, and even closer to Kyle. For the first time in a long while, I smiled without forcing it. I glowed without trying. I could feel us drifting back into something deeper. But Kyle was careful, afraid to trust me again, and I didn't blame him. Just when I thought my life was falling back into place, something happened. A knock woke me up one morning. The clock said 9 a.m. I stretched, yawned, and opened the door, only to meet the last person I ever wanted to see. Rodriguez, my ex, the man who made me feel small, the man whose words chipped away at my confidence. He grinned like nothing had happened. "Won't you let me in?" I stepped aside reluctantly, and not long after, he started reminding me of my insecurities, listing my failures like he was doing me a favor. He talked and talked until he finally left, leaving my heart bruised again. The next day was Christmas Eve, but it didn't feel like it. Not for me. As I sat alone, Kyle walked over quietly and sat beside me. He didn't say anything, and that silence broke me. I didn't leave because I stopped loving you, I finally blurted out. Tears streamed down my face. I left because I felt I wasn't good enough for you. Admitting that truth was like removing a knife from my own chest. Kyle pulled me close, forgiving me without even saying it out loud. Later that night, I told him Rodriguez had offered me a job in the city. His eyes dimmed with pain, but he swallowed it and said, "Choose the life that makes you happy." I couldn't sleep that night. I kept asking myself, what do I really want? A man who sees the worst in me, or a man who's always seen me clearly? On Christmas morning, after a long breath, I declined Rodriguez's offer, took a shower, got dressed, and walked straight to Kyle's house. Before I could knock, the door swung open. He stood there with hope shining in his eyes. We hugged, whispering, "Merry Christmas." I realized I don't need to be perfect to be loved. I chose happiness. I chose peace. I chose the man who loved me, flaws and all. And that was my Christmas miracle.